Yo, what's up, my friends? It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks, back with your best bets from Major League Baseball, here for you today on Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. MLB player props, run lines, NRFIs, parlays here for you today. 4 picks in the video. Let's lock in and get this sweet.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bet, one like this is scale. It's straight fire, all my bets straight from. You're in the house, that cap made now. Straight fire.
As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. On the road to 10,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support as always. You guys absolutely rock. Let's have a big day here today in baseball, guys. Super excited to get after it here on today's slate. Let's do a quick recap from yesterday. We ended up going 1-2, minus 0.30 units. So if you were going to go 1-2, we did the correct 1-2. We cashed our highest plus value play yesterday. It was Nick Lodolio over 17.5 outs, parlayed with Spencer Steer to get a base hit. That came through. That was plus 170 value, so that's why we only ended up losing 0.30 units. So really ended up not being that terrible of a day, but obviously, like I said, a lot of this baseball season, we've really struggled to get off the ground. We have a great day like we did middle of last week, went 4-1. Came back the next day, went 1-3, and then followed it up yesterday, going 1-2. Now, like I said, even going back to last week, went 1-3. We cashed a plus 130 that day, so we actually made a full unit and like extra, like the extra juice, the extra positive juice, I guess as you would say. So, but overall, guys, it's been a struggle. We missed yesterday. Our 2 misses with the NRFI and the Mets Red Sox game, so obviously that hurt. Not a great way to start the day. And then Pete Crow Armstrong, the brother went 0 for 5 at the plate, guys, and just did not have it yesterday. Cubs put up 7 runs. You'd think he'd be in the middle of that, but no. He did not have a good day at the plate at all. So obviously that hurt. Today is a new day, though, guys. Like I said, we're going to get it rolling. I'm very confident that we are. We found some things that I really like now. In the outs market, I believe we're actually technically 6-1 straight up just picking outs. Technically, we missed one of those plays last week. That was parlayed with a guy to get a base hit. We talked about last week Gunnar Henderson. I'm like, man, if Gunnar Henderson doesn't get the hit here, that's going to be very sad. Well, he didn't. So that's the reason we missed it last week. But the outs market's been very good to us. So we found something that we really like. We've made some adjustments here on the season. So I think we're going to start getting things rolling. I really do believe that. We're obviously adjusting the way that we bet as we go, just in terms of, trying to find the most equitable spot. So, like I said, the outs market's been pretty good to us, and hopefully, obviously, that continues. For our comic cappers from yesterday, we had Justin McKelvey calling Trey Turner over 2.5 bases. Got to get the bag calling Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 bases. And Joey calling the Astros money line. So great calls there from our comic cappers. We love to see it, guys. Absolutely terrific stuff there. So let's have another big day today. Drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. As always, guys, if you want to participate in our comment capper section, just put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. If your pick hits, we'll include it in our next video. So keep that in mind. One last thing, just check out the pinned comment and the description. All of our links, anything you need here at the channel are in those 2 spots. As far as merchandise, membership, and of course, our social media links as well if you want to connect with us there. With the Straight Fire MVP membership, you get access to all our picks and plays early, a couple hours in advance of the video. So, like I said, guys, today's a new day. Let's have a great day here in baseball. Our NBA Best Bets video also coming out live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, so look for that as well. Without further ado, guys, let's get right into our picks. Let's have a big day today here in baseball. Getting right into our picks here at number 1. We're going Aaron Judge. Over 1.5 bases here for the New York Yankees. Plus 105 odds on ESPN Bet. Risking a unit here. So, we actually played Judge twice. Last week, we went 1-1. We missed the first day, hit the second day. So, I really like the spot, obviously, for Judge. Now, I mentioned how we're going to be looking to take Aaron Judge a lot. If the value is going to be about even, we're going to be looking to take his props a lot. Just because this is the best hitter in the game, guys. I mean, where else would you want your money to be? other than on one of the best hitters in the game for some plus value. Love this, like I said, as long as they're not making it too crazy juiced. Love Aaron Judge on bases pretty much all season. He's 70% hitting the 2 bases prop this season, so he's been obviously very good. 71% this season in home games for Aaron Judge, so you love to see that. He's a career 2 for 10 off the starter Patrick Corbin today. That's with a homer and a double. And off the recent Patrick Corbin, he's 2 for 7 since 2021. So obviously Corbin has had his struggles since 2019. He is not allowed, or rather, he is allowed at least a 286 batting average or greater for an entire season since 2019. That was his last really good year. Now, he has actually pitched pretty solid this year. It is worth knowing Patrick Corbin so far has kind of shocked me. He's 3-2, very solid ERA under 4, and not allowing a crazy batting average so far, but I still have questions, guys. I still don't think this is completely for real. He's on the road here in New York. Obviously a tough spot to pitch against this Yankees lineup. He's still allowing a 255 batting average to righty bats this season. So even if he's still sharper than he's been, Judge, I think, could still hit him. Obviously, with the type of hitter that Aaron Judge is. Like I said, Aaron Judge has been crazy this season. And like I said, if you could get plus value or right around plus value for a guy that's 70% hitting his lines regardless of the situation, obviously like seeing that. Like I said, we're going to be trying to put our money on the best players in baseball if we can. If we could put our money on Aaron Judge, we will certainly do so. I know obviously you get a little bit concerned about him potentially walking a lot, but like I said, so far this season it hasn't played out that way. Judge has still been getting pitched to. Obviously, he's doing well with it. He's hitting around 400. So the guy's just an absolute machine, guys. Aaron Judge, like I said, one of the greatest players in the world. Love putting our money there on him. Rangers are 16th in bullpen ERA, so the bullpen is also somewhat hittable here as well. Would you like to see that? Obviously, if this goes beyond Patrick Corbin. I honestly don't think it will, though. I have a feeling that within Judge's first 2 at-bats, we're hoping he can get this done. So, love it there, guys, for our number 1 pick. We're going Aaron Judge over 1.5 bases here for the New York Yankees, plus 105 odds on ESPN Bet. Okay, and at number 2, we are going Ryan Weathers, under 14.5 outs here for the Miami Marlins, plus 135 odds here on Fanatics. Now, you guys will recall last week, I believe it was, we cashed a very similar bet. We took a Marlins pitcher under 14.5 outs, and we cashed on, I believe it was Belozo. Weathers, I think, in a very similar type of spot where you're getting that great plus value because obviously the 5-inning mark is usually what you try to get your starters to at least. But here, Weathers is just coming back as far as into the rotation here. Made his first start actually a few days ago versus the Cubs. Pitched 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 76 pitches in his first start. What's very noticeable, though, about that, he actually pitched really well, right? 2 hits, 1 walk, but still only got 5 innings. So that means to tell you, if this guy gets in any trouble today, like if he gives up, let's say, 6-7 base runners today, I don't think he's going 5 innings. He's gonna be somewhat on a pitch count. Obviously, just 76 pitches in that first outing. I'd be surprised if you see him sniff around 100 pitches. I really would. I think he's going to be around 80 pitches today, and I certainly think the Cubs could get him there. The Cubs have hit left-handed pitching pretty well this season. They also walk pretty well versus left-handed pitching. So we got the Cubs here second in on-base percentage, 5th in walk percent versus left-handed pitching this season. Cubs also second in WRC plus versus left-handed pitching as well. Would you like seeing that as well? That's just the weighted run chances there as far as that goes. So and that kind of weights the ballpark and stuff. That just shows you how good the Cubs are versus left. It kind of just factors in ballparks and stuff like that, and a lot of different other stats. But so obviously those are all great metrics for us, guys. We love seeing that. Cubs have obviously hit lefties very well. Like I said, he did pitch against the Cubs, pitched well. To me, pitched nearly perfect, right? We're talking about 2 hits, 1 walk. Really didn't allow a lot of base runners. It's hard to maintain a whip of .80, which was his first start there. So I think it's going to be more ducks on the pond. In that case, running up his pitch count. And like I said, I don't see this guy going deep into a game at this point in just the second start. We saw the bullpen not get overly taxed yesterday. Really just one pitcher got taxed yesterday in the bullpen for the Marlins, so they have some arms available. Belozo pitched 3 innings out of the bullpen, and then 2 other bullpen pitchers pitched 1 inning combined. So they only used 3 bullpen pitchers yesterday. Like I said, Belozo actually got moved to the bullpen, which is weird. Kind of interesting because Belozo's numbers actually weren't that bad. But like I said, for the plus value that you're getting here, I really like Weathers to stay under. I think this is a great spot for him. Like I said, the Cubs' success versus lefties. Hopefully they could do that here on the road and get Weathers out of the game by the 4th inning. But obviously this is the type of bet that is a little bit of a sweat. No doubt about it. But we had a lot of fun on the bet with Belozo last week. I believe it was about plus 130. We cashed that. So hopefully Weathers comes through and stays under 4 today. So love it there for number 2 pick, guys. We got Ryan Weathers under 14.5 outs here for the Miami Marlins. Plus 135 odds on Fanatics. Okay, and at number 3, we're going Eric Fetty under 17.5 outs. Parlay with Dylan Dingler to get a hit here for the Tigers. Plus 185 odds on Fanatics. You got Fetty on the Cardinals, Dylan Dingler on the Tigers. So obviously they're playing each other. So this bet kind of goes hand in hand. I think obviously if Fetty's going to go under, I think Dingler could be a big part of that in getting a base hit. And like I said, I love these parlays. I have really started liking the value that we're getting on a guy to get a hit and our under outs to hit. So like I said, our outs market's been pretty sharp so far this season. For Eric Fetty, though, under in 4-9 starts this season, 2 of 4 starts at home. He's up against the Tigers, who are 9th in on-base percentage versus right-handed pitching, 13th in walk percentage. Fetty really has had his struggles in his home games, 4.76 ERA and a 1.50 whip. Really, the whip is what you're looking at. The whip is what you want to see. More base runners, more stuff like that equals more pitches. So obviously, if the Tigers could put some runners on base, we can get Fetty out of the game. I think this is a good spot here. Like I said, with Fetty being at home, sometimes it just works out that way. Where guys just, for whatever reason, they don't pitch quite as well at home like you'd expect them to. I was kind of like Lodolio actually yesterday. We took his over on the road because he was much better on the road, and it played out that way again. He ended up pitching pretty well again yesterday. Cashing the bet for us. So I think Fetty here stays under. This is obviously a very good Tigers offense. The improvements that they've made year over year are very impressive. Javier Baez, obviously a big part of the Tigers offensive boost. I thought about taking him as the hit piece. But really, Dingler, as far as the splits versus righties and Fetty's splits versus righties, it made more sense here to go with Dingler. Dingler has a hit in 71% of games this season, so a guy that you can normally rely on to get you at least one hit. Fetty here struggling more versus right-handed at bats, allowing a 250 average for the season. Dingler, a righty bat who hits righties well with a 284 average. So really those are both advantageous splits I wanted to attack there. Dingler, one of the better averages versus righties in this lineup for the Tigers. So I think he can get it done here for us. And like I said, I just really like Fetty to stay under versus a tough Tigers offense. They definitely could be pesky. And hopefully they could just get a lot of base runners and run that pitch count up on Fetty and hopefully knock him out of the game here. Hopefully early. Let's just get it done early. Let's just first, second inning. Let's just have an explosion of runs here for the Tigers. Would love to see it. So love it there, guys. For number 3 pick, we got Eric Fetty under 17.5 outs parlayed with a Dylan Dingler base hit plus 185 odds on Fanatics. Okay, and finally, at number 4, we got the Reds-Pirates NRFI bet here. No run first inning, minus 110 odds on Caesars. We have actually taken the Reds-Pirates NRFI, I believe, a few times before this season. We've had good success with it. We got Nick Martinez going to the mound for the Reds, 2-4, 3.66 ERA, 1.16 whip this season. In the month of May, he has a 1.89 ERA and a .84 whip. So obviously, love seeing that. Martinez has really turned it on of late. And really since the end of April. He had a great start at the end of April, too, if you factored that in. So it's obviously really good there for Nick Martinez. So I obviously love what he's bringing to the table here. Right-handed pitcher. The Pirates don't hit righties well. They don't hit lefties well either. They're second worst, though, versus right-handed pitching with a .216 batting average. So obviously love Martinez to get through the Pirates order there in the bottom of the inning. Who do we got going for the Pirates? We got Bailey Falter, 2-3, 4.02 ERA, 1.21 WHIP this season. Again, very solid on the WHIP there. Pretty solid ERA as well. And once again, in the month of May, Bailey Falter has been absolutely terrific. 0.54 ERA and a 0.96 WHIP for Bailey Falter. Obviously, love seeing that. And again, very good splits here. Bailey Falter, a left-handed pitcher. Reds 5th worst versus left-handed pitching, batting .212 this season. So that's obviously very advantageous for us. If you look at first inning run production, the Reds are one of the better teams at third. A lot of that has to do with Elly De La Cruz, obviously, they're at the top of that lineup. But I think with De La Cruz being a lefty batter, I think Falter can neutralize him and get him out. Obviously, the lefty-lefty matchup is tough. He hits better rather from the left side of the plate. Obviously, you could switch it on right-handed, but I think here Falter can get us the outs that we need. Love the value. You're talking about -110 here on a bet where we have great splits on both sides. We have two pitchers that are hot right now, and obviously, hopefully, they could lock in and hold it down for us. So, love it there for number 4 pick, guys. We got Reds Pirates NRFI bet here. No run first inning, -110 odds on Caesars. Okay, and technically for our number 5 pick, guys, we got the For the Sweet Parlay. We are playing the Parlay today for 1/10 of a unit to make over 2 units today. So obviously, play that as you may. And obviously, we're just putting a sprinkle on it. So because we have a lot of good plus value today, I love taking a shot with the Parlay as well. Gives us an opportunity to make some really good units today if we can obviously get the sweep. Parlay today worth plus 2,091. So like I said, if you put 1/10 of a unit on it, you make over 2 units on it today. So obviously love the look here on that parlay. All right, guys, let's get to it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Happy to be back with you. Sorry our videos have been very sporadic of late. Obviously, I've had a pretty tough schedule the last week or so. I actually work a couple other jobs outside of this. So I work, what's really eating up my time of late has been the landscaping business that I own. Or rather that I run, that I help run. That's obviously been very busy. I had to get some projects in. My body's been extremely tired, so sometimes I've had a hard time getting up in the mornings, and that's just being honest with you guys. But I'm doing the best I can, obviously, to get content out to you guys, and we're going to do our best to be a little bit more consistent. Obviously, we haven't had a video, I believe, since Thursday. We did have plays, though, yesterday. But like I said, we're going to do our best to get the content out to you guys. And on time. My goal is 8:30 a.m. for baseball, Eastern Time. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time for NBA. So that is the goal, just so you guys know. Obviously, there's going to be some days where we're not going to have NBA because NBA is kind of starting to wind down as there's less and less games as it's now in the conference finals. So, but I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the support. Let's have a big day today. Let me know what you're playing. Check out all of our links down below. Like I said, check out the pinned comment description. Outside of that, guys, that is going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.